Hello, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to my channel. This is live. And hello, Christy. And Happy New Year. Christy says Happy New Year to everyone as well. So, how was everyone's New Year? Mine was pretty quiet. And I am just trying to wrap my head around everything I'm going to do for the whole year. Yeah, or at least for the next couple of weeks. So, I have my new day planner. I've had it for a while. 2026. It's the same one I get every year. So the cover I made, I can switch over and put on this. So I've been filling it up. Hello, Cindy. How are you today? Um, we got a little bit of snow tonight. Um, so it looks like I have some more shoveling to do in my future. Although I haven't shoveled for a while, so I shouldn't complain. Um, yes. So, is everyone thinking about resolutions and sewing projects they want to sink their teeth into? I think I talked a little bit about some things that I want to do, like just basic things. And tonight I came down here to do some sewing, and I finished. I made these like last year, and all I needed on them was binding. They've been sitting by my sewing machine, taking up room, and so now the binding is finished. So these are done and can be put away or used or whatever. Susan, hello. Did you go to the Zoom today? I missed it and then I couldn't get my link to work. So I missed it. Linda's here. Hello. Hello, Linda. How are you? Edith is here. Hello. Oh, Susan's saying that she wants to do this year is to make jeans. Nice. I have done that before. They're not as bad as you think. But of course, the fabric I used was stretch. So that does make it a little easier. If you're using a bull denim or something, it might be a little bit harder to get the fit just right. And Edith is wishing everyone a happy new year. Oh, no. Susan said, I did. There was just 3 of us. We talked about everything except sewing, almost. Well, good for you guys. I'm glad you had a nice chat. Giselle is here. Hello, Giselle. She says, Happy New Year to everybody. She says, I do better without resolutions. Yes. If you're trying to make a change and to do a resolution, and I think we talked about this before, a lot of people do the make 9. I am not interested in doing that. And I actually, in thinking about that, I made a list of all the things that I want to make. And as you can see, and most of these things are like duplicates or more than one thing. It's just like the basic thing. So that would do no good for me. If I get any of those things done, that'll be amazing. And I think I just thought of something else I need to add on there. So, yeah. But it would be good to look back at the list at the end of the year and see if I actually did some of the things. Oh, Susan said that that's okay, Susan. We understand 100%. We've been getting a lot of storms. It seems like every Friday night I have a windstorm or something, and I think maybe that was the week before. I can't remember. But yes, we get lots of storms. I know you do as well. Linda's here. Hello, Linda. And she says hello to everyone. Did anybody do anything exciting for New Year's? Have any party they had to go to or whatever? So, I got an old project, and when I mean old, these things had been sitting, I think it was spring of last year. I was making them to go to a quilt show because I was going to sell them. And yeah, those two didn't get done. Anyway, they are done now. Yay. So, because I have a lot of unfinished projects, either because I don't like them or whatever. So, I have worked on this. I've quilted it, and I already have to fix it. I have skipped stitches right here, and I've already taken it out once and redone it. So, I'll have to do it again. Because it is right, it's on, of course, the darkest fabric, and I'm using white thread, so it really shows up. It didn't do it on this side though, which I'm happy about, but anyway, I just did basic stitching on there to make it look somewhat quilted, and I trimmed it, so I just have one more panel to do, and then I have to look at the instructions again and get going on it. So like I was saying, when you have a lot of projects, like if you're going to do the Make 9 or something, you really need to set a goal somehow on how it's nice to say, I have all these projects that I want to get done, but if I don't set goals to do them or finish them, we all know what's going to happen. You know how I get frustrated with not having enough time to do things, or I don't set specific time aside to do the thing that I want to do. So we all know how frustrating that is. Linda says no fancy party here. Susan says she had an amazing night's sleep on New Year's Eve. Nice. I think I went to bed at 11, I think. Cindy said pretty quiet evening. Cindy said the bag is coming together. It's going to be nice. Yes. I know there's a problem with the pattern, or I just have to look at the instructions. So, and I'm kind of worried the handle's not going to be long enough, so I might have to add a piece to it, but we shall see. I will have to get working on that. Susan says the problem is that new and shiny things pop up throughout the year that knock me off my goals. Exactly. So yeah, I get that. And that I think is what happens to everyone. So something I worked on over Christmas when I was watching television is you know that I'm working on a really lifetime project of hexagons. And so I was sorting them out, and I had a lot of hexagons that don't go with that project. I don't know why. They were already basted together. And so I sewed them all together that were of this color, so that I think I only have one left. So I have this all sewed together, and I'm just going to make a pouch, I think. So I'm thinking about cutting it here. Obviously, I have to take the papers out first. But I'm thinking about cutting it here and then adding a fabric behind it. Now let's see if I can hold it up so you can see. So I just add projects to my stuff. That's what I do. Anyway, I don't know why I did these. I guess I thought it was going to go with my project, but they don't. So I thought, well, I'll just sew them together, and I did. It didn't take very long. So I'm thinking I'm going to set this, does that go together? In behind. And I'll sew this to this, and I'll probably quilt it. But I'm thinking I'll cut it so the base is out of this as well. We'll see how brave I am to cut this in half. But that might make a decent sized pouch, maybe. I don't know. Susan said she did make a dress over Christmas. She said, I will try and send you a pic. Excellent. You do that. We want to see it. I do have a picture to show from Jeannie. I don't know if she wanted me to show everyone or not, but I'm going to. So, Jeannie, if you're here, you better say, no, don't show it. Giselle said she made a nice dinner for her sister and her husband on New Year's Day, and she has been working. I have been very lucky. I've been off, and it has been nice. I've been catching up on some things, but I'm not getting as much done as I would like, which is always the way. And oh my gosh, I have a lot of this fabric. But I always say that. I say that forever and forevermore. And Remy is here. I am putting a PDF together and she's laying on it. So I can't, well, I guess I can show you. This is for my class. It's in January. This Lacala pattern for a gilet. I probably will not be putting the zippers in here unless I make two, but yeah. Remy is right here. Are you going to say hello to everybody? No. No, she's not. I also have this fabric for inside the pouch, possibly. Or maybe that looks better on the outside. It's hard to tell. I think this one will look better. It's a little darker. It's not a very good picture. Oh, I think I got a picture. Okay. I'm running out of room to put things. That's going to have to go on the floor. Okay. Christy said she made 3 t-shirts for her granddaughter, and she's been working a bit too. Nice. Giselle says she is working on an egg gathering apron for a friend who has chickens. Well, that's a lot of pockets. Those are quite involved to make. And Christy says she wants a new vest. What? This is Lacala, so you punch your, or this is how I did it. You punch your measurements in. And it pops your pattern. And I also paid, I actually bought this for Black Friday. They have sales. The patterns are not expensive anyway. They're like, they're under $4. I'm not sure what the exchange rate is because they're obviously not in Canadian dollars. So this is Lacala 5454. It's a waistcoat. And I was hoping I'll be speaking to my teacher on Sunday, to Carol. Yeah, so if you ask to have your seam allowances added, which are only 1 centimeter, you get double lines like that. That's how big your seam allowance is. It's only 1 centimeter. So I always get them to add that so I don't forget. And then if I want to add more seam allowance, I can. But yeah, this is a nice vest. It has nice pockets on it. It has darts for shaping. Anyway, I have to make a muslin out of it. Then I talked to my teacher, and I may make a quilted version out of some fabric I have in my shop. But I would like to make it out of canvas, although that is not the recommended fabric to make it out of. So we shall see. So that's where I get that. You can't get a better price than that, and that's now obviously the directions are not great, but I mean if you've sewn anything before, where are the directions? I shall show you what they look like. Those are the directions. 15 steps. So if you're unsure how to do a welt pocket, because basically those are zipper pockets with welts, or if you've made a bag and sewn them on, but they do have a little flap covering the zipper, which is an extra step, but I'm sure you have a sewing book that you could look it up in, or yeah, the directions are very obviously not detailed. So there's no pictures, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I think it's only 50 cents to add in a seam allowance, but if you're already getting it on sale, then it's not such a big deal. Giselle says, I didn't know what I was agreeing to when I said yes. A bit involved, as Sherry commented. Yes. Christy said canvas is nice and rugged. Yeah, I thought it would be nice with some leather accents as well, maybe. Like on the zipper pockets or something. Okay. I think there used to be one of the bag companies. Very nice, Susan. Is it the free pattern, I guess? I remember there used to be a free pattern for an egg apron. Is that the pattern that you're using? Nice dress. Okay. So this is an itch to stitch dress. Very nice. I like the fabric. I think it's showing up pretty good. So this is a dress Susan made. And this phone is smaller. I can't seem to cover up my face. So there. I think that is focused. That's a really nice dress, Susan. I love it. And it has pockets in it. Everybody's saying, Susan, you did an excellent job on your dress. And they like the fabric as well. Yes, that's fun. Very colorful. It's very nice. Is it a knit? I'm not familiar. I know it's just stitch patterns, but the Simeon dress. I want to say Simon. Simeon. Is that how you say that? It's beautiful. Um, and it's a woven. Okay. She was just about to say she did make it for the pockets. Yes, that's very nice dress, and the pockets are very practical for sure. Uh, okay. Yes, and I should show you the other picture that I have. Where did I put that? So Jeannie has made a Louise dress. Very pretty. Okay. The camera doesn't like to focus on pictures. And it has a sunflower that she embroidered on the pocket, I believe. Why is that not focusing? How close do I have to get? Goodness. I guess you get the general idea. Too bad it's not focusing. There we go. Finally. I should measure the space. I like the sunflower on there. It's really nice. Pretty colors. And she used some bunch of different fabric for the bow, the pocket, the skirt, the waistband ties or belt loops, binding, the top part. So yeah. Uh, yes. So that was Jeannie that made that dress and sent me the picture. Everybody's saying they love the dress, and Linda said she just printed the pattern out the other day. Yes, that's very exciting. That is probably one of my biggest accomplishments of last year was putting that dress together. That was I don't know if I'll get another one done this year, although I have several ideas, but we'll see what happens because that was really hard to get that in me. Oh dear. So Jeannie, everybody's liking your dress. It turned out really good. Um, what was I going to say? Oh, yes. So 2 days while I was off, my neighbor came down, helped me pack the dresses for Africa because they have been in piles waiting for me to pack them up. And as I said, November was a write off. I never got anything done in November. And now I have all the dresses ready to go to Luba because everything's been sent to Africa. Should have brought my receipts down. Cost more than usual. 5 boxes. I think I have to be more picky about the size of box that I use. I just kind of used what I had. So some boxes were, I don't know, they're a nice size. Almost 50 dresses would fit in them. But yeah, they asked for more dresses. I think it was like, I did add them up, like 260 something. Oh, I don't have it written down on this paper. Oh, yes, I do. Right at the top, 267 dresses. So they probably got. So I would throw in a few extra if, especially like size 3, because I can't really send those to Ukraine. Although I did miss a couple, I noticed. But anyway, they will be going to the Ukraine anyway. So that is what they wanted. They did get a few more than that, so it was probably like, I don't know, 272 or 273, something like that. Like if there was room in the box, I would put a couple more in. So Anyway, so she was only here for maybe an hour and a half, sadly. And then it took me, I pretty much spent 2 days getting those ready to go because I had to tape the boxes up and make sure they were packed good and put all the addresses on them. And anyway, I took some pictures at the post office and I posted them on Instagram. So that was, when did I do that? December 30th? Yeah. So, and they actually have tracking numbers this time, which I was really surprised. Yeah, so there wasn't anything else I was gonna. The boxes weren't overly heavy. I think the ones I sent last year were heavier because they were bigger boxes. But I think there's a set rate. It doesn't matter what size the box is. They're gonna charge you the same rate. So I think the cheapest box was 157 and one was 2 something. So it didn't, I don't think I saved any money doing it that way, but all the dresses are gone. They are hopefully on a boat or something, a plane, or making their way. It'll probably take 2.5 months for them to get there, but they are on their way. And school doesn't start in Uganda till February anyway. So hopefully they will get there for February. Fingers crossed. I do have to write him another email because they did give me tracking numbers, so I should probably give them to him so he can have a clue about when they might arrive. Okay. I'm missing stuff after my big long thing. So I did get that done. I know that it's delayed, but that is just, it wasn't planned. November, well, the strike didn't help. And then November, I had some stuff happening that took up way more time than I thought it would. And I don't have a lot of free time anyway. So that was half of November. And then, of course, then it's time to get ready for Christmas. So that was a big hold up there. I think I talked to Luba there once in December and was gonna meet up with her, and then it never happened. So I have to text her. So hopefully I will get all those dresses to her next week. I probably could have took her some, but I just want to give them to her all at once. So I feel kind of bad about that. But anyway, we're getting it done. And I know last year she didn't even send them till the spring anyway. So yeah, so she's gonna end up with the most dresses she's ever gotten, which like 4 something. I didn't count them, but it works out to be like almost 450 dresses that she will be getting. She doesn't even know that yet. Okay. Linda said that was amazing, Sherry. Miss Louise would be very pleased. Yes, I hope so. And Linda said she's still thinking on the fabric. Yep. Yeah, it's always, there's so many different ways that you can mix fabrics together, and you guys are always so talented at doing that. I know I'm always amazed when I see them. Susan says, I've almost finished another Louise dress. It was short and excellent thing that you did last year. Oh, nice. I'm glad that you're making them. I'm glad everybody's making them, actually. It's like I'm kind of surprised when I see a picture of one. It's like, oh, somebody made one. Oh, dear. You kind of step back from it and then you don't think about it so much. I don't know. It's something that you put out into the world, and then you're surprised when somebody's like making it. Does that even make sense? Chrissy says, I bought Lots of polka dot fabrics and lots of sunflower fabrics as well. 267 dresses, yeah, that get packed for Africa. Um, Christy says, Susan, great job. Cindy said, vacuum sealing will help get the size down for shipping, but if they go by weight, it would change the shipping cost. Yeah, it does go by weight. So I think you just get charged a set rate for the box all by itself, and then they measure it, and yeah, it was quite the performance getting that done. I was at the post office for quite a while. A friend of mine, I said, "Oh, I'm gonna drop off some soup to you," because she was sick. She was starting to feel better by this time, and well, not on the same day, but anyway. I was bringing her some soup, and I said I have to stop at the market, and I said I'm on my way to the post office. And it was like hours. I must have been at the post office for, well, quite a while, and then I went to the market, and of course, a whole bunch of people there that I knew, or that I haven't seen for a while, so you had to talk to everybody. So she said, I wondered what was taking you so long. I think I didn't get to her house until dinner time. It took me 2 hours to get there. Anyway, I'm just glad that they are on their way. That part got done. And I have all the Ukraine dresses in boxes. I think there's only one box that has mixed sizes in them, and the rest of them are according to size, I believe. So, are they all labeled? Might not be. But yeah, they are ready to go. I just gotta take them to Luba. Ian said, that's great. Linda says, I love the polka dots too. I did get some blue and white dots this time. Oh, that sounds nice. And Giselle says, I'm using pattern and tutorial from Christine Sews a Lot for the egg collecting apron. Thanks for the update on the dresses. Yes, I didn't forget. It is happening. Nice to know. Egg collecting apron from Christine Sews a Lot. Nice. Christy says, great job. Glad you had help packing them. Yes, that was definite. I think next year I'm going to ask for helper. Like maybe on Saturdays or something, see if somebody will want to help sort and pack and take pictures and all that stuff. Linda said that's exciting. The dresses are on their way. He has said, yes, the boats are slower. I just joke when I say that I'm sending it by boat because it takes so long for them to get there. I think they do fly them to a certain location and then they get sorted, and I don't know how they get there actually, but yeah, they're on their way. Linda said it was a big task. Glad they were out of the house. It's a lot of work. Yes, it is. It's a little overwhelming too sometimes because I don't really have room to put them. So once they're in here, and I can't believe how much more room I have. It's almost like my sewing room is clean. It's not, but it's much nice. It's like I have more floor space because I have boxes everywhere and piles of stuff. And oh, yeah, I can see my cutting table again. So that is nice. I still have to clean some stuff off it, but yeah, I can actually see the table now. So that's nice. Yeah. But yeah, I'm definitely going to need a helper next year. And I think 700 dresses, or well, it was a little over 700. That's enough for me. I don't think I can handle more than that. That was a lot. So I will not be asking for 1,000 dresses next year. 700 is plenty. And Chrissy says many hands make light work. Yes, it'll just, yeah, it's just too much. And I think if I have just a smidgen bit of help, it'll, like, if somebody donate an hour or something, that would keep me on track and I won't get overwhelmed. Because that's the problem, I get overwhelmed. There, the cat has, so this is what La Cala looks like when you start taping it together. This is what their pattern pieces look like. They're not in color or anything. Let's see if there's a notch on here. I know I've seen one. They're very discreet. Yeah, they're not very, that's a notch right there. Yeah. So I gotta get that put together and sew muslin together. Ooh, I have more pieces. I was gonna say it doesn't seem like I have all the pieces there. I have them separated in sections. Okay. So yeah, there's that. Linda says, what sizes do you want for this year? Okay, so Africa, where did I put that paper? I need, so sizes 3 and up. So for Africa, they usually need more size 3 to 4. And they last year they didn't ask for 8-year-olds. This year they did. So I don't know if, but this number always goes up. That's more than what they asked for last year. So, for Dress a Girl next year, or, well, we're in next year, do not make me a size 2 dress because I have nowhere to send it. Anything 3 and up. 3 and up is all that I can take. And I have, I don't know, 50 some dresses I can't send anywhere. I haven't really counted them. I know there's around 50. And I found some more like that don't have pockets. I know one woman sent me dresses that didn't have pockets just because she was sent anyway. I will bring those to Stitch Social, see if anybody's interested in sewing pockets on the dresses, and maybe I might get a couple done, but yeah, I don't know. The other dresses all have zippers in them, so I can't donate them anywhere either. So I guess next year I'm going to be a little more strict on what I accept. So size 3 and up, like 3 to 12, is all that I will accept for next year. Oh my gosh. Edith used to live in Africa, and in the late 70s, it took roughly a year for a box from Africa to get to Canada. That's a long time. So I guess 2.5 months is an improvement. Linda says, if I lived over there, I would come and help you. Sure hope you can get some help for the next batch. Yes. Well, that's a ways away. I'm not going to worry about it right now. But yes, I am just going to say Saturdays will be dress day in September to help get or towards the end of September anyway. But last year I had quite a few dresses before September, so we'll see. And that is so nice of you, Linda. Linda said I ship things on boat to my country and it is way cheaper than by plane. Yes, I don't know. I didn't have an option. It was just I sent them. They didn't know how they were getting there. That's me being a smart aleck when I say the boat. I always say rowboat. But yes, if you have a choice, the cheaper the better. Susan said, okay, the sizes are good to know. Yes. And Edith says, yes, Linda, it is. Definitely. Cindy said, I'm pretty sure I can help with that in September. Awesome. Yeah, we'll see how things go. But yes, I'm not going to worry about it right now. But doing this all by myself, well, I don't do it all by myself. You guys make the dresses and send them to me. But doesn't sound like it's a lot of work sorting dresses, but it kind of is. It takes a while. And trying to figure out what's going where, and yeah, it takes a lot longer than you think. So I'm just glad that's done, finally. So to do all of Africa's dresses, like I had the size 3-4. This first one was all packed. I think I was short like 3 or 4 dresses for this box, but the other ones it took, I'll just fold my little paper. Took like an hour and a half to do those because I already had them all sorted. It was just a matter of folding them and putting them in a box. Yes. And Cindy has already seen my mess of a setup. Hopefully next year I will have some shelving and it'll make a little bit more room down here, but we'll see. Yes. Yes, it is overwhelming because I'm also answering emails and answering comments on videos and all of that. So it would be nice if I designed another dress. I'm not going to freak out about it right now, but we'll see. It could happen. I have several ideas. I have to find the time to play around with it. So, yes, so those are the things that I'm going to be working on is that mood bag, that little pouch to use up those hexagons that I spent time working on so they're not going to go to waste. And yeah, so I think I have quite a few. What else? Oh, I should look at my list of videos that I already have a list for. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I have a lot more stuff to do. Because I do want to film those Louise dress hacks too, as well. Since I know everybody's working on them now, it would probably be better suited to have those videos sometime. If they work. In my brain, they work. Doesn't mean it's going to work when I make them. So I have to spend a little time doing that as well. So, Cindy, did you get to work on anything? Because I know you were talking about it. Is anybody else working on anything? I hope we get to see a picture of the egg apron if you get a chance. I would love to see it. They look really cool, but yes, they do have 1,000 pockets. Yes, that's Giselle making the egg apron. Linda, don't say that. What a thing to say. She hasn't sewn anything in months because you're not inspired. I think Bronwyn is the same way. She's not here tonight, so I shouldn't speak for her, but I know she's been not motivated to sew anything either. I like getting things finished. Well, you'd never know that, but I have quite a pile of things that need to get done, so I'm going to look forward to sewing those things together. Plus, I should be concentrating on making myself something to wear. I have a speaking engagement in February, which is not that far away. So I should make myself something nice to wear for that. Um, Christy says, Linda, you are awesome. Don't you ever forget it. Yeah, sewing does come in waves sometimes. Nope, Cindy didn't get any sewing done. That's okay. You will get sewing done when you have time or when the mood strikes you. Linda said, I'd love to see the egg apron too. Never heard of that. My grandma just put them all in her huge waist style apron. Yeah. I know when I used to have a garden, if I went out to pick just enough stuff to throw in a pot for supper, I would just throw it in my shirt or some sort of apron and bundle it up and do it that way. But yeah, those egg aprons are really cool. I can't remember where I seen the free pattern for it. Maybe it doesn't exist anymore. I thought it was like one of the bag companies that I seen it. Um, Linda said, last Christmas I sewed 13 pairs of PJs and this year not a single item. Yikes. See, you burnt yourself out, Linda. That's the problem. Edith said, I've actually seen the egg aprons on FBI a while ago. Yeah. And Christy is saying, Linda, you're amazing in so many ways. Yes. Yes, she is. And 13 pairs of pajamas, that's insane. Plus, she made them like all the week of Christmas, I think. And she had all these people coming over, her whole family. She was cooking for like 30 some people or something. Yeah, Linda says she loves the rush. She works better under pressure. Yeah. I don't believe that I do, but sometimes it seems like I do leave stuff till the last minute, even though I don't mean to. So that's why I'm bringing up I need to make something to wear to the speaking engagement that I have to go to. I'm not really that um, good at talking in front of people. I did it at the church where uh, donated quite a bit of money. So it makes it sound like I did a good job. I don't know if I'm a very good speaker in front of people. I get nervous when I start to think about it. And anyway, I think I did okay. Um, Christy said she sews better under the gun as well. Edith is giggling at the FBI comment. She's giggling. Linda says, you will be fantastic speaking, no worries. Chrissy, do you mean what fabric will I use for the outfit that I have not even, I don't know what I'm going to make. You think I would. I talk on here all the time to a camera, but it's a little different when you get a lot of people staring at you, listening to every word that you say. Yeah, it's anyway. I got one under my belt, so we'll see if how I do at this one. I don't know how many people are going to be there either. Maybe 60. I might be exaggerating on that. Chrissy says, Sherry, you got this. Yeah, I have a few ideas, but I haven't really. I have a white pinstripe on my website. I think it has a couple different colors stripes in it, but it's a pinstripe and it's white. It's like a shirting. I think it has stretch. And there's a blouse I saw on La Cala. I can't remember the number. Anyway, I thought that might be a good one. And I was thinking a vest or something to that effect. I was even thinking a recycled vest, but we'll see. Chrissy says, I don't public speak. Well, I get crazy nervous. And Giselle says, pattern asks for 100% cotton. Christy says, pinstripes sound lovely. Anyway, it'd probably be pants and a blouse. I was thinking about a vest. I thought that would look kind of dressy without being real dressy because it's right after work. So I thought that would be easier to change into. I think it's right after work. I might have time to drive home. I don't know. Or I might be changing in a washroom somewhere or a phone booth. I don't know. Christy says, and even if I have notes, and yeah, I write everything down. I print it out in really big print so I can read it without looking down, but I try and look up. And I practice reading it quite a few times so I don't trip up. Yeah, I'll be changing in phone booth, Christy. They don't even exist anymore, phone booths. Anyway, I'll just spin around really fast and bring a whip. Me and Wonder Woman. So yeah, I think that's enough plans for right away. I know that I'm struggling to make up my schedule, to tell you the truth. Trying to figure out when I have time to do things. And I think I told you guys this before. I asked AI to make me a schedule, and even AI couldn't do it. For all the things that I am supposed to be doing and have time to do is hard to fit in. So I don't know how other people do it, but anyway. So, yes, I'm glad I'm making you guys laugh with my Wonder Woman comment and Superman. Yeah. So it's been almost an hour. I think that we have covered it. I even made a list. Did I say all the things? Oh, the Stitch socials are now up on the website on my events page. Those are the only events there right now. I know there's the quilt show I go to in June. So, but I don't have the dates for anything else just yet. So, Stitch socials for January to July are up on my website under the events page. And Susan's laughing, poor AI. Yeah. And Giselle said, well, the problem with AI is it doesn't understand that you have to drive to work. It didn't allow me time to commute. If I worked from home, it would, well, I would have more time, wouldn't I? But yeah, because I have to drive to work, AI didn't understand that, so I had to tell it how long it took me to drive to work. I thought it was funny. Giselle said phone booths are mighty rare. Yes, I think you would have to go to England and you probably have a hard time finding them there. Christy said, I have her GD today through Sunday. Oh, her granddaughter. Nice. I hope that's what GD stands for. Sometimes I'm not very good with acronyms. Chrissy said 6:30 a.m. will come quickly. Stitch Social sounds amazing. Yes. And I was right on the granddaughter thing. First time. I'm not right that much. Rarely. Sometimes I am. Okay. Granddaughter, yes. Cindy said that the Stitch socials are fun. She looks forward to them. Thank goodness. I am glad that you do. Got a lot of good feedback actually from some other people that have been going regularly, and they all like them as well. So he says AI sucks. Well, AI has some fun things. It can change some pictures around for you and stuff. Chrissy said, oh, look at the schedule for Stitch Socials. Yes, they're all here in Nova Scotia, obviously. And yeah. So just in the afternoon. Susan said, does anyone here hand sew buttonholes? That is on my list, Susan. I'm going to try doing that. I know a lot of people say it's easier to hand sew a buttonhole than it is to make one. I think you do like the blanket stitch all the way around, and you need like really thick thread to go around it just to make it pop up a little bit, the stitching. But I guess that's not very helpful. Chrissy says she sews buttons by hand. And oh, she said, oops, I read that wrong. But yeah, if I want to make a wool coat, I will have to hand sew them because my machine will not go through the layers of wool for a coat. Susan said, me too. I want to put them on a coat and my machine won't handle it, but I'm scared to try. I don't know. You should not be scared to try. I would practice a couple, or at least try and do one on a piece of scrap, and then make sure that you're making it wide enough for your button and see if you're stitching. I was watching a show and I think this woman was making a jacket, like it was like a soldier type jacket from I don't know what century, and it had like 1,000 buttons on it, like there were buttonholes everywhere, and she had it down to how long it took her to do a buttonhole. And I don't know if it was 20 minutes or maybe it was less. I don't know. She had it worked out to how long it would take her to do them. Edith said she did years ago in school, and she said it was easy at the time. Linda said, go for it, Susan, it'll be fine. If you have very clear instructions on how to do it, because I don't think it is specifically hard. It's probably awkward to get if you're using the thread to make your stitching raised up, like to go around the buttonhole, that might be awkward, but I don't think that it's hard. One stitch at a time. Linda says, go for it, Susan, it'll be fine. Yes, go for it. And she said she needs to find a good tutorial. I know that I have a book that shows you how to do it, I'm pretty sure. So that's what I'll be following if I do it and when. So yes, that'll be on the list. Yes, it is kind of like a blanket stitch, but just really close together, and you have to keep it even to make it look nice. But that just comes with practice. I know you can do it. You'll be fine. Yeah, just do a practice one, and then you'll know how big to make them and how your stitches should look. Well, we've been on here for an hour. I have kept you all for quite a long time, and I am so glad that you joined in. It was great talking with you this evening, and I hope you all get inspired to make something and sew a hand stitch buttonhole and have a great weekend. Take care, everybody, and I will see you in the next one.